you doing? It's been a little while, but tonight I am back to tell you about the best day of my life, my dream come true, literally. So yeah, let's get into it. And just before I start, please subscribe to the channel if you wanna, see more of that kind of content or other kind of ASMR videos, and like or comment down below to support me. Thank you. So here is the context. I have been a Lady Gaga fan, a little monster for those of you who know, for forever, for almost 15 years now. It all started in 2008 when she released her first singles, and I have been obsessed with her at so many levels, and I've been supporting her, and I love everything she does. It could take 10 hours for me to explain why, but yes, I love her so much. And after so many years, it kind of meant a lot for me to ever meet her and be able to just thank her for everything she's done for us, the fans, the community, everything. And yes, just a little hug, just a little thank you. And also, you've been supporting someone for so many years. You've seen them at concerts and at other moments, but you've never had that one moment together to just acknowledge that this person is real, and also them acknowledging that you are real and supporting them. It's a feeling not everybody can understand if you're watching and you're not a fan, like, of anyone, even athletes, dancers, singers, actors, anybody. If you're not that much of a fan, you would not really understand that obsession, I guess, that feeling. It's just a thing I've known since primary school, that I would support her forever. Now I'm soon turning 25 and I still am here. So yes, so that's the context. I've always wanted to meet her, basically. And I've tried a couple of times. I had an opportunity to meet her in Brussels, so where I live, but unfortunately it did not happen because my dad did not let me go where she was, which was ridiculous. But anyways, so there my friends met her, but I was not there. So that was sad because she comes to Europe she used to every 2-3 years, and now it's so rare. Like, one opportunity is a golden one. So yeah, I've also been to Paris and I've tried meeting her there as well. I've seen her very close to me, like as close as this camera is to me, but did not get the chance to say anything. She just run into a car or the hotel, or it has happened a couple of times. And I've had other times where she would be somewhere on a balcony or something, she would wave at us, but I've never had that one-to-one thing. And another thing you need to know about me is that my second biggest dream when I was younger was to go to the United States, and mostly New York City. It was my dream, the American dream, young and innocent. I really wanted to go to New York, and I had been saving because it costs a lot of money to go from Europe to the States, mostly in summer, because we went in summer, which was not actually the best idea, but spoiler alert, it was the best idea ever. I mean, so my mom and I went when I was 18. Yes, I was 18. It was like a birthday present, and we went together. So that was already the second dream come true. I was really emotional there. It was crazy, and while we were there, we would obviously do all the visits we had to do. We were there for like 10 days, I think. Was it? Yes, I think. And we would visit the main things, but I also wanted to visit Lady Gaga related places, like we'll pass her university or old apartment or current apartment back then. Her family also has a restaurant in New York. Here, if you wanna go, it's an Italian restaurant because she's Italian. So yes, the restaurant, everything, and so my mom was fine with that. We would visit the main places, visit the Gaga related stuff. And well, yes, I only had one wish, and it was that I wanted her to be as far away as she could be, because if she would have been in New York while I was in New York, I wouldn't have spent 1 minute with my mom doing the touristy things we had to do. I would have, yeah, I wouldn't have stalked her because, well, yes, I forgot to mention that there is being obsessed and a fanatic in an healthy way, and then there is a huge fan who supports her and, well, obviously wants to meet her, but is not cray cray. That's me. I am not cray cray. My parents were actually scared that I would never actually make it in life because I was too much of a Lady Gaga fan. But guess what? This girl over here has 2 degrees now, so I did not fail at life. I'm fine. But I have a favorite artist. Let's say it this way. Anyways, let's go back to where we were. I am not a crazy fan, but a little bit. Anyways, so I did not want her to be in New York because it would have ruined my trip, basically. So that was the case. She was not in New York. She was actually in Malibu, I think, at her own place. Everything was okay. I think 2 days or 1 day before my actual story starts, I went to the Madame Tussauds museum with the wax statues, and I had taken a picture with her statue, which is funny when you know like the rest of the story, like 2 days before. Anyway, so yes, here starts the actual story. She was not in New York. I was living my best life with my mom. We had activities planned, and one thing you need to know is that back then, it was in 2016, forgot to mention 2016. I had an iPod Touch and a random basic phone that would just text and call, basically. I did not have a smartphone yet, just my iPod Touch. That was my little internet thing, I guess. And so it means that I did not have any data as I was outside. I did not have 3G, 4G, 5G. That was not a thing on my phone. So I was living without any Google Maps, Google anything. I was just living in a old-fashioned way. And yes, so we were doing our things, and when I needed some Wi-Fi, I would log into the public ones, and there was one in Times Square that I was using. And yes, here starts the thing. I keep saying that, but it's coming. It's not for you to stay until the end of the video, but you kind of need to stay because the most important part is at the end. Don't skip. Everything matters. Thank you. So we were in Greenwich Village. I don't remember what we were doing, but we were there. And then we went back to Times Square, and we're about to go and what was it? I think we had booked like a ferry trip, a little boat trip, around the Statue of Liberty, something like that. I don't remember. But what I remember is that as soon as we went out of the subway, I got a notification on my iPod because the Wi-Fi was back on. And my friend had actually texted me in capital letters that Gaga was in Greenwich Village. Exactly where I was 10 minutes ago. And also, excuse me, she's in New York. So yes, what happened is that she had come to New York while I was there, which was not what was supposed to be happening because, my trip ruined. So, panic on board. I tell my mom, I'm like, Mom, she's here. What do we do? Mom, going cray-cray. I was 18, remember? I would not necessarily be like this right now. I would. But yeah, so I tell my mom, and my mom knew how much it meant for me to meet her, and after all the times I had tried and it failed, and I was actually saving for a meet and greet, which was back then €1,000, which is not far from $1,000, which is a lot for us. I don't know about America now because you guys have concert tickets that are the same price. For us, that's a lot of money, a whole lot of money. So anyways, I was saving up for that, and my mom knew about it. She was initially not very supportive, but then she realized how much it meant for me. So yeah, anyways, back in New York. Oh my god, I should have actually written a script for this story. But yeah, I'm sure you understand the whole plot. So I tell my mom she's in New York. What do we do? And my adorable, sweet mom grabbed my arm. Like, she was like, Melody, we are going back. And I was like, Mom, you're sure? We have literally things booked. And she was like, we're going back. So my mom was very supportive, and I'll forever thank her for that. So we went back, and yes, you can make fun of me, but in the metro, I was crying and shaking because it was happening. These words matter in the story. It was happening. So how did I know how to go there? Remember, no data? Well, quickly, in Times Square, I checked. I forgot to mention a whole part of the story. She was in Greenwich Village. Where? Well, us crazy fans recognized that she was in her studio. It was the Electric Lady studio in Greenwich Village because of the wallpaper. It was the wallpaper of that studio. We knew she was in New York because it was the studio wallpaper. So I knew it was there that I had to go, so I checked the way on Google Maps and took screenshots because, remember, no data. But also I forgot that back then I think we could still turn off data and use the map, but so screenshots. So, Metro, boom, boom, boom. We're at the studio. Nobody is at the studio. I'm alone with my mom. No one there. But I see like rusty car, and I made a joke to my mom, and I said, "Mom, look, it looks like one of Gaga's rusty cars." Spoiler alert, it was her car. Anyways, and behind that car there was those big cars with black windows, and one guy standing there against the car waiting for something. I was like, Mom, that's sus. That's sus. He must be with the thing. Something is still going on. There is no way I'm alone here. Also, I just could not understand what was going on. But my mom said, "Oh, look, there's a manicure place. I am going and staying there. You do your thing and I'll see you later." Okay, Mom was not gonna wait with me, so she left. She went a bit further down the street, and I was alone there with the car and the guy. And for 10 minutes I just stayed there, and I was thinking, what if she's gone already? What if I'm just waiting for nothing and this guy has nothing to do with her? So I thought, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ask him. So I went and I asked him, "Hi, a couple of minutes ago, Lady Gaga was inside there. Do you know if she's gone or if she's still in there?" And the guy could not look at me in my eyes. He just went, and his answer was, "I don't know. I don't know. I don't know." Sus. Extremely sus. And I took this as yes, she's in there, but a professional secret makes me say "I don't know" instead of yes. So just take that as a yes. So I stayed. I had nothing else to do anyways. My mom had gone, so I stayed. I waited. I was still alone. This is crazy because in Europe, you're never alone. There's 100 people waiting with you. But it's New York. People are used to seeing her. So there's always less people. And also, remember, we just recognized the wallpaper of the studio. It was not a headline that Gaga was back in New York. It was just a secret thing we had figured out. And yeah, so we cray. Anyway, so I'm there. And I wait minutes. And at one point, the guy goes inside the studio. So I'm like, ooh, he's connected to the studio. That's already one thing. Could be for anybody else, but he has a thing with the studio. Comes out of the studio with 2 bottles of water. Gives one to me and says, "Wink, you're gonna need it." So that was it. That was a confirmation without saying it. Thank you, guy. Thank you, little dude. Thank you. Because I would have gone, maybe, thinking she had gone, but no. Then me and my bottle of water I should have kept. I did not keep it. Waited, and I could see at one point one person going inside of the studio with like that little zip bag. I don't know how you call that, where you put your outfits, like the outfit bag on a coat hanger, whatever. I see that little bag going in with that lady, and there was a little tag, and my crazy fan eyes read Brendan Maxwell on it. And Brendan, a little picture of Brendan, is or was Gaga's personal stylist. So I knew she was inside. That was crazy. I was alone. She was inside. A couple of minutes later, two young people joined me. We stared at each other, did not say anything, then went like, "You're here for it, right?" So we knew that we were here for her, but we were not going to say it. And then we started talking a little bit. By the way, hi Eric, if you see this video. And I actually asked him if he had met Gaga before, because he was from New York. And he very humbly said yes. And I said, "Do you have a picture with her?" And he actually had like hundreds. So I knew I was at the right place at this right time, because it's just a usual thing for him. So I was so happy that it was here. It meant it was just confirmation on confirmation. So yes, and like around us there were a few people, like leaning against the wall a bit further down the street, or in cars and stuff like that. And I did not think much about it. I just thought they were normal people. Turns out they were not normal people. They were paparazzi and bodyguards undercover. So for the, I don't remember how many minutes I had waited alone there in front of the studio. There was like 10 other people watching me. Awkward. Embarrassing. I don't know. What if I had done something weird and they had all seen it because they were just waiting for that one signal? Anyways, so they were there, and at one point, I don't know what went wrong in their little plan, but they thought that she was coming out, probably because someone else did, I don't know. And they all came out of their little hidden spots. And yeah, some paparazzi were in cars, some on motorcycles, so the bodyguards were leaning against the wall, like a few apartments down the street. And they all jumped in front of the studio at once, and were all like, "Oh, what's going on? What's going on?" Nothing was going on actually, but it felt weird. I was like, whoa, so many people, and we were just 3 fans. That's it. And so yes, they stayed there because they were not hidden anymore. So let's just stay there, And at one point, I saw one of the guards do a little elbow thing to the other guard, and I thought, is that the signal? Is she coming out? Did he hear it in his little earbud? And well, I actually had the idea of turning out my video mode on my iPod, not to be like, oh my god, but just to have it against me, and see if something happens. Because the other times I'd seen her, she walked past me very fast, and I would not have the time to do anything. But I have a picture of her hair in Paris, like not even 1 meter away from me, but her hair. Anyways, with just a little video, at least if something happens, I will have a little souvenir of it, and it will have been the proof for me that it has happened. Anyway, so I turn it on just because I feel like something might happen. Keep it against me. Then 5 seconds later, she comes out of the studio. She was there. It's happening. Again, it's happening. She's coming out of it. What's going to happen now? And what happens is that she quickly walks towards the cars. She had her piano in the hands and things like that, and she just went for the car immediately. She did not look for fans, or it's New York. Either she sees them immediately or she just goes to the car, because if she has to wait every single time for fans to it's not Europe, it's New York. So she goes to the car. She was about to sit in the car, and Eric and the other girl were trying to call her. They're like, Gaga, Gaga. And there was so much noise with all the paparazzi and the cameras, everything. It was, yeah, it was a mess. But at one point, for once, I managed to do something. And I said, very random, but that's what happened. I said, Gaga, I'm from Belgium. Can I please have a hug? Random, but you heard it. She smiled. She walked back towards us and hugged the other girl and me. At that moment, my hands were like, I was shaking like a leaf. It was happening. My dream was coming true. I was hugging Lady Gaga. So that was a big deal. I actually have a video of it because, remember, my iPod in my hand was recording everything. So I've got that video. Yes, you see in the video that I'm shaking like crazy and you see paparazzi flashes. Like, it's crazy. Even the camera struggles with all the flashes. It does, like black and white lines, and it's going crazy. So get the little hug. And then the two other fans were asking for autographs, and they're used to it. Gaga actually knows Eric. She calls him by his name. She knows him. It's the usual fans. It's New York. I'm just a crazy one from Europe who cannot believe that this is happening. So again, it's happening are important words. Why? Because from the moment she hugged me until 3 minutes later, after the whole thing happened, I kept repeating that. The entire video is me being, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening. And yes, my brain just exploded, and I do not feel sorry about that, but I feel a little bit ashamed. But at the same time, B word, I met Lady Gaga. So yes, there is that. So they're getting their autograph, and I'm just shaking me like, oh my god, it's happening, it's happening. You know what she does? And I did not remember that she had done, but I saw it in a video of a paparazzi. She does, like, with her hand, she goes like, like, calm down, little one. Look, ASMR. Calm down, it's okay. Lady Gaga, me, calm down. And then she shows me one cheek, like this. I don't understand what she wants, so I get close and I don't understand. Ugly picture of that moment happening. You won't see it for long because ew. And if you pause, I hate you. Ew. Ew, ew. And then she shows me the other cheek, and then I understand that she's actually trying to, like, do a little greeting kiss French way. So yes, that's what we did. Mwah. Mwah. I'm panicking. I'm repeating, it's happening, it's happening. I'm shaking. And then she hugs me tight, closes her eyes, and lives the moment with me. Best picture on earth. Best moment ever. She hugs me tight, like second hug. So I've had a hug, the cheek, double kiss, second hug. This is insane. Then they're getting their autographs. Eric asked her to write on a piece of paper, "Free my mind," because it's lyrics from initially her song called Art Pop. And so she writes it down. And I kept repeating, I'm gonna get it tattooed. I'm gonna get it tattooed. B word, it was not about me. It was about Eric. But my brain was just I kept repeating that as if because she does it for him, she was gonna do it for me. Well, it happened because I kind of made her understand that it was gonna happen anyways. So she finishes, and then I give her my arm, and I'm like, please. I just say please. Like, write it down, do it well. I'm getting it tattooed in 2 seconds. Anyway, so I give her my arm and picture. She writes down free my mind as well, which is great because honestly, between lyrics, subtle lyrics, and a whole Lady Gaga across my arm, I would rather get free my mind tattooed. And there it is. It's a bit hard to show you because it's really well placed on my arm, but when I show like this, it goes burp. Let me try. It's hard to show you. It says free my mind. And she even took my arm back to add those little dots at the end. She wanted to add them, she added them. So that happened. And remember, my mom, she was not far, but she was not there. And after the autograph, I did not remember that, but again, I saw it in the video. Eric and the other girl asked for a picture, but Gaga said that fortunately she had to go now because she was going to a radio station to announce her new single back then, Perfect Illusion. Go listen to it. So she had to go, but instead of staying there and waving goodbye or something while she was going, I left. I was so high on that. My dream coming true after back then 8 years. Yeah. I was walking down a street I did not know. I'm not from there. I don't know where I'm going. It's really not. I'm really not lying. I was really doing that. You see it in my video. And I'm walking away, and then you hear at the back my mom screaming in French, you got her, it happened, did you get her? And then she finds me. She grabs my arm again, just like when she said we're going back to Greenwich Village. She grabs my arm, and we walk back to the car where Gaga was still there. Like some people would pay so much money just to see 1 second of Gaga a meter away from them. And while she was there, I was walking away. You know how high you have to be? And my mom took me closer to the car. Then she was sitting in the car and the window was rolled open, and my mom, with her not so good English, I was gonna say a mean word, but her basic English, let's say it this way, started thanking Gaga. She was like, thank you, it was the dream of my daughter. My mom sobbing. My mom was crying. She had tears and she was like, it was the dream of my daughter. Thank you. Can you imagine? First of all, my mom talked to Lady Gaga and my mom thanked Lady Gaga. This is insane. Anyway, so yes, we left and Eric took us to a tattoo shop and we got it tattooed. Free my mind. I've met Lady Gaga. It lasted 3 whole minutes, which is a lot when you think about the fact that one time she came to Paris and she was giving autographs to people. You know what the autograph was? Everybody had their little piece of paper. She was walking down the hallway with a pen and everybody was getting a piece of line. A mini bit of line. Their autograph was a mini line because they had a piece of the whole line that was going down the way. I had 3 minutes. 3 whole minutes, 2 hugs, 2 kisses, a cheek, autograph. My mom. I had so much going on. Fun fact, my mom had left the place because she saw the paparazzi flashes on the floor of that little place. So she literally just dropped her stuff and started running with, fun fact again, you see like that foamy thing that they put between toes to separate your toes when they're painting them and stuff. She still had that on her feet, and she started running towards the studio with that. Iconic. It was so funny. I realized it later when I was still high, and I was like, what is that? What are those? So I just realized that this ASMR video turned out to be a podcast. This is not soft spoken. This is me laughing, halfway whispering. Hope that you're enjoying it still. This is the big story, so enjoy it. And so yes, I went to New York City and met my idol. It was amazing. I will never top that. I skydived. I had a little swim with fish. It will never top me meeting Lady Gaga in New York. So that was the story. I hope that you liked it. I hope I did not forget too many details. I'm sure I did. There are so many things to say. But you got the gist. And yeah, if you like the story, you can comment down below your favorite part and any other comment you've got. And if you want more story times, I've got almost 25 years of stories to tell you. So yeah, I will probably make other videos, but next week will be more of a normal, more regular ASMR video. I don't know exactly when I will upload it because I'll be in Italy for 5 days. I'm going to Milan, if that interests you. And yes, I'll probably upload it on the weekend as well. So I hope that you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and like and or comment this video to support me. It would really help us grow the little community. Thank you guys. I will see you very soon. Bye bye.